So I'm making this video in case anyone's curious as how to make a template. I often get asked. I have a sewing group, and I often get asked how do I make the template. So this is what this video is for. I'm just using my fingernail to get the lines of the shoe. Get in there and really get them lines to show. This will make it easier to trace. I stuffed it with a bag to kind of puff it out a little bit, because the Vans come like all squished up in the box and the shape's all distorted. Usually when tracing, I try to get it on one stroke. Oh wow, this is a new pen. Okay, that pen is new and then the ink's not flowing. I try to do it on one stroke. I mean, if you don't get it on one stroke, that's cool, but I think getting it down on one stroke makes the cut cleaner. Instead of, I see people going crazy with it, and I don't know, that doesn't work for me. So get that one stroke in there, clean, keep it clean. Don't mind the music in the background. I listen to sounds therapy. So we're gonna cut this out. I got some fabric scissors. I think you can get leather scissors, or you can use a rotary blade if you feel you're good with it. I just like the scissors, it works for me. I usually just cut the template out first so I can really get in there with the scissors and maneuver it. This is why I told you it's important with the one stroke with the pen, because if your lines are sloppy, then you got to try to guess where you want to place the scissor, and you don't want to cut too much off because you can't add material once it's cut. I'd rather go a little outside the line. Because you don't want to place this on there and see the material underneath, so I kind of hacked on the line, so here I'm not going to do that. I'm going a little bit outside the line. As far as the glue goes, there's tons of glue. I'm going to use this. I find it to be a little, I don't know, sometimes when you use like the barge, they put, I believe it has acetone in it, and depending on the material you use, sometimes the glue can, like, the fumes from it can actually mess up the finishing coat that they put on some of these materials, especially if you're using like some imitation printed leathers. Sometimes the glue can actually, like I said, destroy the factory finish, and I've seen it happen on a custom I did where I looked at it and I'm like, wow, I can see the factory finishes, and then, you know, that just destroys the whole piece of material. It's not going to last as long. So as far as glue goes, just, I guess, you want to get something, I'm using this, and this is Bar Super Stick. They both work, but like I said, depends on the material you're using. If you're using like a dyed leather or colored leather, then I would go with this. That way the fumes don't come through and destroy the paint. The template looks pretty clean, as you can see. Yeah, you kind of want to get a cement glue too, because when it cures it, it's flexible. You don't want to like use like a hot glue gun, because that's just plastic when you heat it up. So get yourself something that the cement. I'm just going to use a Q-tip. Inexpensive. I used to buy the glue brushes, but I find after, you know, they start just buying them is kind of right now with the prices of things, I just had to take the cheap way out. It works though. I love it. Q-tip works fine. I'm going to put it on the back of the template too. With this glue, I don't have to do this, but I'm going to do it. If you're using a bar cement, you definitely have to do that. Coat it in there really good. Try to get all the lines. Another thing when picking your cement or glue, make sure it dries clear. In case you make a mistake and get it on the sole, it'll be barely visible. Now this is for beginners. In one of my videos I stated before that you can remove the Van symbol and pop all the stitching out. But if you're just starting off, no need to get fancy. Learn how to just work the machine, get your pieces cut out, then you can get fancy later. So I went and did this area. Same, you know, with the tape, and just trace it out. I mean, I know there's guys probably watching this and saying, why didn't he remove the stitch? Number one, I didn't feel like it. Second thing is, this is suede, and my presser foot always seems to work on the suede. Like I was saying, sometimes you try to get a factory look, and then you end up coming out with a shoe that looks like crap because you can't match the stitching or you damage the suede. If you're a beginner, keep it simple. I can do all that. I have assembled a shoe from scratch. I mean, I made shoes from scratch, you know, so I mean, popping a couple stitches is nothing, but I wanted to keep it clean. And this is for guys who are just starting out. If you're a beginner, you know,